Welcome back, Focus Learners, to another explainer. Today, we're diving into a platform that is sitting right at the bleeding edge of AI and global educational equity. It's called Iqra LMS. We're going to see exactly how this tool takes incredibly complex STEM concepts and makes them universally accessible, totally democratizing education for diverse global learners.
So, I want you to think about this question for a second. How do you teach advanced machine learning to a student who has no laptop and faces a severe language barrier? It's a massive challenge, right? I mean, for decades, the digital divide essentially meant that if you didn't speak English or if you didn't own expensive, high-end hardware, the global tech economy was just completely out of reach. But today, we're explaining how AI and modern cloud architecture are literally dismantling those exact barriers. All right, here's our syllabus for today. We'll be looking at democratizing STEM education, AI course creation, the interactive student journey, bridging the digital divide, motivating through gamification, and finally, getting from portfolios to careers. Let's get into it. Starting off with Section 1, Democratizing Global STEM Education.
10. That is the number of languages Iqra supports natively. And we aren't just talking about some basic, clunky translation layer slapped on top. This is deep architectural support for right-to-left scripts like Arabic and Urdu, right alongside Bengali, Hindi, Spanish, French, and more. By completely stripping away the old English-only prerequisite, this platform is empowering underserved learners and completely destroying one of the absolute oldest, most rigid barriers in STEM.
Moving right along to Section 2, AI-assisted course creation. Now, if you're an educator, the back-end pipeline here is practically magic. It's so efficient. Basically, an instructor just uploads a video or a PDF, and behind the scenes, OpenAI's Whisper seamlessly transcribes the material. Then, the AI actually reads the content and auto-generates multiple-choice quizzes, short answer questions, and even automated grading rubrics based strictly on your specific lecture. You get to completely bypass all that administrative busy work and just focus entirely on teaching. And the absolute best part? Instructors earn a 70% revenue share while helping their students master these technical skills. So, what's actually powering this under the hood? Well, the engine making it all possible is Google Gemini 2.5 Flash, and it utilizes an architecture known as Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. To put that simply, when the AI generates a quiz or answers a student's question, it isn't just hallucinating random answers from the open web. It retrieves the exact course transcripts and grounds its responses in the instructor's actual verified material. So it's highly targeted, incredibly contextual AI. That brings us to Section 3, the interactive student journey. Look, we've all tried learning to code by passively watching some video, only to realize we've completely zoned out after 5 minutes and still have no idea how to write a simple function. It just doesn't work. Real mastery happens through actually doing. And that's why Iqra ditches outdated passive video watching for these interactive virtual STEM lab simulations. Instead of just hearing about a physics concept or some complex coding algorithm, the student is instantly dropped into an interactive browser sandbox to test it out for themselves. Get this, students can write and execute code in over 12 different languages. We're talking Python, C++, Java, you name it, directly in their web browser. This all works through something called Docker in Docker isolation, which basically spins up a secure, high-powered virtual machine on the fly for every single code execution. And for math and physics, they use SymPy grading, which algebraically checks a student's equations for equivalency. The huge takeaway here is that a cheap tablet and a basic web browser are literally all you need to run complex algorithms. That expensive hardware barrier we talked about, entirely gone. All right, Section 4, Bridging the Digital Divide. Let's picture a passionate student over in Bangladesh who is searching for their very first high-level machine learning course. Now, a standard $50 online course might cost them a full week's wages, which makes it instantly impossible to afford. But enter Purchasing Power Parity, or PPP. The platform actually auto-detects the student's country and uses World Bank indexes to dynamically adjust the displayed price to match local affordability while seamlessly handling the local payment gateways. This currency adjustment is a total game changer because it ensures high-quality, localized STEM education is genuinely financially accessible to underserved populations across the globe. Every STEM subject in your language. Personalized AI tutors, hands-on virtual labs. Imagine that same student in Bangladesh studying at 2 a.m. and getting completely stuck on a broken Python loop. Instead of waiting days for a form reply from a random stranger, they have a 24/7 personalized AI tutor. and it speaks natively in Bengali, reviews the specific course material they are studying, and guides them right to the answer. That is exactly how you empower global learners and fully bridge the digital divide. Which leads nicely into Section 5, motivating learners through gamification. Let's be real, learning hard technical subjects has a lot of friction. So to conquer that, the platform relies on a pretty brilliant friction-to-reward engine. Daily login streaks help build consistent learning habits. Students can earn across 12 different tiers of badges, going from common all the way to legendary, just by completing their virtual labs. They climb global and weekly leaderboards, which builds a really healthy competitive spirit. There are even community bounties where you can earn reputation points for solving problems posted by your peers. It turns what could be a lonely online course into a super vibrant, rewarding daily quest.
Finally, let's look at Section 6, from portfolios to careers.
Because the LMS doesn't just train students at abandon them, it actually serves as a direct bridge to high-paying technical careers. It's a fully mapped pipeline. A student finds a localized course, they use those interactive browser labs to build a real public project portfolio, they take rigorous exams to verify their skills, and ultimately they get recruited. Validation in the tech industry is absolutely everything. IQRA issues these verified, unforgeable skill certificates to prove a student's professional readiness to recruiters. But honestly, the real secret sauce here is the public project portfolio. Employers and technical recruiters actually use the platform's career marketplace to browse the running code written in those virtual sandboxes. They aren't just scanning some boring resume, they are interacting with real functioning projects, which lets them discover top-tier, globally diverse technical talent that they would have otherwise entirely missed. So, that brings us to our final thought for today. If language and hardware are truly no longer barriers, what will the next generation of global STEM leaders build? By using AI to shatter language barriers, browser-based sandboxes to remove hardware limits, and localized pricing for true affordability, we are unlocking human potential on a massive scale. I really hope this explainer showed you exactly how the digital divide in global tech education is actively being bridged today. Keep learning, and as always, keep asking questions.